Hey everyone, Buddha here, gonna bring you another replay cast from the Gamecom Open Tournament. This is Game 3 actually from this series. I think this is from the 5th or 6th round of the tournament. And it is going to feature aznGoodBoi that we have casted before. I have asked him to send me the games from his future rounds of this tournament. His opponent is none other than actually SC2. We have seen his earlier rounds and he actually loves the cheese. So it's not only a name, we have seen him 6-pool in that first round of the tournament. It was very effective, and we'll just have to wait and see if he decides to cheese on Shakura's plateau. This is the third game of the series. I don't have the replays for the first and second game, but this is the important game, so it doesn't matter. SC2, by the way, is a pro gamer, so he definitely... I will give him the advantage in this game, but it is currently 1-1 in the series, tied up for aznGoodBoi, and aznGoodBoi is a Masters player, so he definitely has a chance against Cheeeeeesy. Cheeeeeeesy is going to go for a very fast expansion. No, that is just a scouting drone. Sorry, I didn't even look at this money. So for those of you who don't know what the Gamecom Open is, it is an open tournament, free to register for anyone, so bronze through Grandmaster. There are $2,000 in prizes at the end of the tournament, so definitely not a small deal, especially for these amateur players. It is their chance to actually get their names out there and actually win money playing StarCraft, which is great. A few pros registered in this tournament, but unfortunately a few ones had to actually skip their games because of, say, the GSL, for example, which is way more important than this tournament, unfortunately. And the semifinals and the finals of this tournament will be casted by HD StarCraft himself, so look for those games once they get to the finals. So Cheeeeeesy did go for an extractor trick and decided to follow this up with a hatchery first. He did scout aznGoodBoi's base and saw that there weren't 2 Raxes, a second supply depot actually going up right next to the barracks. He is going to steal the gas from aznGoodBoi, so preventing any kind of very fast Banshees. And aznGoodBoi not going to put on too much pressure at this point. He is going to stick his SCV at the watchtower just to gain control, and I think that this expansion will go up very safely by Cheeeeeesy. Now getting his gas, he will start mining gas from this fairly quickly and get that Zerglin speed very fast. aznGoodBoi does not like the gas steal. I guess he did want to go for fast Banshees. He is now throwing down the reactor on his barrack and producing a factory right after this. So really, since he's not happy again from the gas steal, I think that he was planning on to going for fast Banshees in this map. He is right away going to go for a gas, so look for some kind of tech build. I think it will be delayed, and I don't think the Banshees would be a good idea after this, especially after the Cheeeeeesy gas stole like that. Now double producing queens as you can when those 2 hatcheries finishes. 4 lings gonna be popping out for Cheeeeeesy, gonna be enable him to actually take control of the 2 watchtower as well as keep tabs on the Terran opponent. He is gonna go for some Hellions right after this. Hellion pressure and building a starport on the high ground here. And still no tech lab on the barracks just yet, so might not be swapping this right away, so it will be a slow Banshee play, I do think so. Because he is mining those 2 gases as well as rushing towards the starport. No reason to actually rush towards the starport unless you want. Actually, he could Hellion drop in the main base. This is quite a possibility. He is going to throw down a tech lab though, so we will be seeing a Banshee right after this by aznGoodBoi. So look for Cheeeeeesy to actually throw down a possibly throw down another queen or an evolution chamber just to be safe against this. He will be seeing 2 Hellions, and 4 Hellions is actually a telltale sign of Banshees right after this. If you see Blue Flame along with 6 Hellions, you know that their gas has been spent in Blue Flame as well as those add-ons. If you only see 4 Hellions going into the main base like that and not producing any more Hellions, that is a sign that no more gas has been spent in these Hellions, and that might mean Banshees, so I do think that CheeeeeeSy should be aware of the possibilities of Banshees at this point. Maybe he is too concentrated in his own macro to actually think of this, and this might actually do a lot of damage. He does not have any kind of detection, no evolution chamber, and only 2 queens here. And really, Cloak is halfway done. He is now getting his lair, but that is 80 seconds away, and the Cloak is only 50 seconds away. So plus the time that it actually takes to build an Overseer, that is 17 more seconds. And this will be a tough spot for actually CheeeeeeSy to come back from. A command center going up from aznGoodBoi, so he knows that with those Banshees he will be able to take map control at least for some time. First Banshee now coming up into CheeeeeeSy's expansion, and I don't think he knows about this. He should be able to suspect this though, and finally the Banshee does get spotted. He will go after the Queen. 1 Queen versus a Banshee. The Banshee will win. Second Queen now popping up, and Cloak is done, so he could go back here and start cloaking and hacking away at these drones. The lair is almost done, and really his window of opportunity is really closing down here. aznGoodBoi should really cloak and start taking down some drones, because if he doesn't do so soon, an Overseer will be out, and really he won't be able to do any more damage. And he is actually targeting the extractor. He should really cloak and go for some drones right now, not for the queens. This will not last. Actually, CheeeeeeSy, his lair is now done. He is going to throw down an Overseer, but these Hellions are actually going to be dropped into the main base, doing huge damage. And 4 workers killed, not getting as many as he could. Now 7 workers killed. He is just dancing away, not actually getting as many worker kills as he should with these Hellions. 13 workers killed, killing another Queen, and these Banshees doing huge damage. He should really focus down the drones though at this point, because his Cloak will run out, his window will eventually just die out, and no Overseer being produced by CheeeeeeSy. There it is, the Overseer, but no Queen in sight. 1 Queen slowly making its way towards the main base. More workers killed here by aznGoodBoi. He is doing huge damage despite not having the best control ever. This Banshee finally getting thwarted away by the single Queen, and 26 workers killed. You can actually see 28, 231 harvesters. Though CheeeeeeSy is still ahead, he is going to be able to replenish those drones, but that was huge damage by the Terran player. You can actually see the Terran is ahead in supply, so this follow-up push could do huge damage. A Banshee with 2 tanks and a handful of Marines could actually siege up the low ground, and there's nothing that CheeeeeeSy could do here because he has no attacking units on the field. He has 21 lings in his base, but these tanks will do huge damage to him. And really, CheeeeeeSy is looking very, very bad. The Hellions actually burning down a tree here. Nice little effect. He is not green. He does not want these trees to grow in Shakura's Plateau. These lings going to be cut off from the third base by these Hellions. And these tanks are going to siege up on the low ground and do huge damage to the spawn crawlers. These Banshees could actually kill the spawn crawlers without getting hit. Only a single Queen in the expansion. 2 more Queens in the main base, and that is a lot of Banelings being morphed in. I don't know if this is going to be enough though. There are not many Marines. And really, these Marines, they don't have stim though. They are on creep, so they won't be able to out-micro these Banelings. 2 tanks going to be able to... they need to focus down these Banelings. Nice focus fire actually on the tanks. They are going to be cleaned up by these Lings. The Banelings still chasing away at the non-stim Marines. These Marines trying to actually micro back. Some nice split here by aznGoodBoi. Great control on his Marines. He was able to clean up the rest of the Lings, and now there's still no more units by CheeeeeeSy. Now, he does have his fire up, but not producing any Mutalisks. There are none on the field at this point. 1 Mutalisk in production, so that's all he can afford. He could actually produce 5. Alright, he forfeits right straight away, so he could have actually tried and fight this back, but he says he's been not playing a lot and he's quite rusty. So aznGoodBoi does get the win and will be moving on in this tournament. So hopefully, aznGoodBoi, I will be seeing more of your replays. It is awesome to see your progression in the tournament. So tune in to follow aznGoodBoi's progression.